morning, everybody. Today is the, the 9th of March, and we're having a lecture on the Bandhas, but right now, Ferry is going to guide us through an abbreviated full yoga class. There we go.
I'm so excited to be here. Thanks for participating in my class. My name is Ferry, and I'm going to take you through a vinyasa class. Let's start with Tadasana. So, feet hip apart, stand nice and tall, hands facing forward, broaden your chest, stand tall, and let your mind follow your breath. Inhale, exhale. Take a moment to come to this space. All the stress and pressure, let it go. Tuck your table in. Let's take our hands up. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, bend your knee and hands to the earth. Slowly bend your knee, feel the gravity, relax your chest. When you're ready, inhale, hands to the sky. Again, hands together. Hands to the chest. Back to Tadasana, hands facing forward. Inhale. Exhale. Hands to the mat. Relax your spine. Go to gravity. Put your hands forward, knee down. Control force. Just kind of play with the spine. Whatever comes to feel like. You can do figure eight, do circles. If you like, you can do fingers. Inhale. Cat. Let's see which one is which. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Time. When you're ready, walk your hands forward, put your chest in the ground. Keep your hip above your knee. Add some pressure to your chest. Push your pressure toward the air. Open the chest. Shoulders back, but we are pushing forward. Really good. So the intention for this class is to just be present here at some feeling. Walk back. Walk your hands back. Come back to all fours. Raise your right arm up to the sky. Left hand stay down. Stretch. Thread the needle. Pick your hands under your left arm and stretch your left arm. Really? Come back to all four. Wow. Wow. Raise your left arm to the sky and let's try to twist the needle. Stretch the front arm. Strengthen the right arm more. down. Come back to all fours. When you're ready, you're going to go back to Tadasana. Just roll the shoulder back. Shoulders back. Shoulders forward. You're ready. Walk the hands to the mat. Stay there. You're going to bend one knee, mat pressure to the other knee. So bend your right leg and feel the switch in the spin your calf on your left. When you're ready to go more, you're going to do a twist. So then the leg that is bent, that hand is going to go up. Hands down, then up to the other side, and then hands up. Hands down. You're going to walk to the front of the mat. The plank, hold your plank. Just do normal. When you're ready, walk your hands back to your feet. Hands to the sky, and pose. Tadasana. Okay, we're gonna do our first sun salutation. Sun salutation A. Hands inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale, release. Exhale, Tadasana, hands to the mat. Inhale. Exhale, go to your plank. Inhale, work on the breathing, and exhale, Shavasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. First, maybe for 5 breaths. Just push the floor with your hands. Lengthen your spine. So tall. Maybe one more switch. Try to push your heels there. That is really good. Just relax there. So the rest of the day should be just always fun. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring your leg forward, with your foot forward. Walk your foot to the forward of the mat. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the air. Inhale all the way up, hands to the sky. That's the first round up. So you're going to start right. Take a moment to see your alignment. Shoulders nice, and back in your shoulder blades, nice and relaxed. Stand tall. And inhale, hand to the sky. Exhale, hands to the air. Asana. Inhale, halfway lift. Asana. Exhale, hands to the earth. Then go to take the leg back, plank, and then go to chaturanga. You can put your knee down and push your weight forward and take your chest to the earth. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. You can bend the knee and play with your leg. So what we really want is to push our chest to our thigh, pushing the floor, letting the shoulders and legs back. If you want more stretch, keep the heels down. Walk your feet toward the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the legs up, hands to the sky. And if you Surya Namaskara, take a moment, focus on your breath. Scan your body, is there any tension? Relax it. We're going to do Kasana, chair pose. Inhales, hands up. So when you're in this pose, you should be able to see your toes underneath. Exhales, hands to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat. Take your leg back. Find chaturanga. Exhale. Inhale. Dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So we're gonna step the right leg between our hands, then we come to warrior one. Step the right foot between your hands, and when you're ready, take your hands up to the sky. So in warrior one, the back foot is down and it's on an angle, front leg is on 90-degree angle. Forward, hands down, frame your foot, take the right leg back. Chaturanga. Facing dog. Downward facing dog. Stay here for one breath. Left leg forward, between your hands. Your back leg down. Warrior one, you have a right. You have a feel when your legs are too wide. Pick them closer, it's going to make you more stable. Front leg 90-degree. And frame the foot. Chaturanga. Go up back facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Put your foot towards your hand. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And we're going to do a chair pose, Kasana. And stand up to the center. Do Surya Namaskara again, Asana, and chair pose. Very stable. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, chaturanga, take your leg back, plank. Shift your weight forward, come to upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right, one step your right foot between your hands. Back hook, gonna have rotate. Step the right foot forward between your hands. Come to warrior one. So back foot is down. It's on a slide angle. Good. Exhale, frame the foot. Take your right foot back. Chaturanga. Forward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. This is your rest pose. Feel the sensation in your body. When you're ready, step the left foot between your hands. Back leg down. Gonna do warrior one. Exhale, hands to the mat. Take the leg back, chaturanga. upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step your foot next to your hand. Inhale, halfway lift, or exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale, chair pose. Tadasana. Good tree pose. Take your right foot. Your right foot. You can put it on two spots. Not any higher. Your shin. Feel stable. Hands in frame pose, wherever comfortable. You're aware. At this slide, have a focus points help you to balance. Get a point on the floor so help you to balance. Breathing. When you're ready, you're going to change your leg. Break the foot to your thigh. At any point that you want to rest, you can go to child pose. Stand nice and tall. Breathing. Down. Tadasana. Okay. And take the hands to the sky. Exhale. Hands to the mat. Take the foot back. Keep plank go to your chaturanga. Both facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Three-legged dog. Place the right leg to the sky. And immediately place it to your hand. Just come to rolling private lunge. When you're ready, go to the upward rotation. Okay, you're going to do this warrior, reverse it, reverse warrior. Side, extend the side in here. See how arch goes. Two hands down, and come to Sakasana, upper back leg. Feel the stretch in the hamstring. Bring your front foot. Then you have a split. Now, just put the forward fold all the way. Move to the stand pose on the other side. Okay, hands to the sky. Forward fold. Halfway lift, flat back. Forward fold, plank, take your leg back, plank, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Feel the dog, take your leg up. Place it between your hands. 2. There's your warrior. Side and pose. Make sure that your shoulders are stacked. Now put the hands down and your back. Walk to the back of the mat. Move this much.
Bandhas.
I used to start with this. Walk to the front, your hand to the front of the mat. Bring your back foot towards your front foot. Halfway lift. Oh, yes, Mark, sorry. What was supposed split, standing split. Then you go. Bring your foot down. Forward fold. Lift. We're going to go to child pose, come all the way down to child pose. Focus on the breathing. Widen your knees, make sure that the knees are separated. So you're still on your heels. Lengthen the spine. Come all the way back up to the front of your mat. To the middle of your mat. And go. Stand nice and tall in Uttanasana. We are going to go to a chair pose. And slightly see your toes, hands up, chest nice and bowing. Put your hands together in a praying pose and turn to your right. Inhale. Exhale. Come to the center. Twist to the other side. Come to the center. Okay, ready? Put the hands down. We're going to go to a squat. Widen the feet. Separate the knees. So we're going to do a core pose. First workshop is just put your hand down. Push the floor. Take your hips high and come to your tippy toes, place your knees on your biceps, on your upper arm, shift your weights forward, and when you're ready, try to lift your tippy toes. Lift yourself, maybe you're amazing. You're amazing, guys. Good try, I can't do it. I can't do it. So the key to this pose is to really integrate your thighs to your chest. Use your core. Give it a couple of seconds on there. Okay. For this pose, we hold with the child pose. Let's go to child pose. Stretch the hand forward. As I look through the child pose, look how far I can push my hands forward. And then bring my shoulders back. That pressure to the chest. And align with that. Take a moment to relax the body. Put your hands face down next to your hip. You're going to do a bridge. Bend the knees. Push the hip up. Hold it. Bring your hip down. Kind of you have to articulate the spine. Slowly, slowly come to the floor. Again, raise the hip, squeeze the glutes. Down. Last time. Squeeze the glutes, take the glutes high to the sky. Legs muscle all engage. Push, push. Exhale. Take the hip down to the earth. Straighten the legs. When you're ready, bend the right leg and bring the leg to the chest. Feel the stretch in the hamstring. Relax the leg. Stop the leg. Your right leg down on the floor, straighten it. Bend the left knee. Hold the leg. Follow the leg. Follow the leg. Now, so, back down. Bring both knees to the chest. Hands down. Take your knees to one side. You're going to twist to the right side. You can hold your knees with your hand and pressure twist, twist. Just going to relax the spine. Breathe. Take the twist on the other side. Both knees down. Okay. Take the legs back, straighten the mat. Come on, get ready for Shavasana. When you're ready, close your eyes. Focus on everything. All the muscle in your body is nice and relaxed. Take your attention on your feet and your leg, wheels, hip, draw, relax, sink into the floor. Release any tension in your chest. Hands are nice and smooth and clear. Take your awareness from that body to your breathing. You can't see it, but you feel that you're in your head, behind your eyes, big space. Sleepless, stressed. There's just space behind your eyes. You head that you're observing everything. There's just a space, this open space with everything around you. More limitless. We are all one. Us, our body, and everything around us. It's a peaceful space. Let go of all the senses of me, others, let go of all of them. Unite. All there is pure consciousness. I am that. Everything is that. Rest in your true nature. Pure consciousness. When you're ready, feel your toes move through your choose your comfortable side and go back to your sitting position. Your hands to your chest and open your arms. You are going to approach the cross around the arm. You ready? Inhale. Yeah, it's good. I just took the time out to get through this.
Great. How did we all go, team? You're in for that. That's good. That's good, eh? Yeah. Good. Just off a bit.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was the way.
Yeah. I think a big part of part 2, because I was ready for it.
Well, that was abbreviated intro and abbreviated ending. So,
Oh, and I did my Bandhas pose. And then I
you did
remember doing
well
that.
done. That was what we were meant to do the last time.
Yeah, I came here to do arm balance pose, and I did all the poses except arm balance pose.
That was good, fluid. Wasn't kind of stuck there and point out what I'm doing now.
Yeah, I think you're demonstrating perfectly where you should be at this point in your journey. You're taking us already on a session where you're confident, you know, pretty much know what you're doing. And I think the only maybe challenges is now just to make it more fluid. Not that it's not. John said it was my fluid. Fluidity is already there. It's good. And just with more practice, it becomes more fluid. I think it was good
I really commend you for bringing in Spadina Mascara to lead. That was really good, because I don't get many people brave enough to try that. It's a more challenging one, isn't it? To guide and to practice. It's very much, that's part of the Ashtanga way of doing things. So it's not like that, yeah.
Well, Ashtangas, that was what we did yesterday, was
That
That was the
yeah. So you probably did it, yes. Yeah. And yeah, it's not, Ashtanga, it's really good for us as vinyasa teachers to have a little bit of the foundation of Ashtanga. So glad I walks on the influence of Krishna, that's really good, it's useful. Because vinyasa, it comes from, Ashtanga is the foundation of vinyasa. Ashtanga is the first type of flow class, and then vinyasa became the offshoot of that. So having that foundation in Ashtanga is really useful. That was Darby Joyce, who was one of Krishnamacharya's, one of his main students. So the history of yoga work and detail and all that. But Krishnamacharya is one of the founders of Olympic yoga. And he had three main students really. Four actually, as they say, four. Each of those four had a particular influence into modern yoga from him. Darby Joyce, who created Ashtanga, Yenga, who created Yenga, his son, Desikachar, who then went on to create therapy, or organizing therapy. And then also, Devi, the first back then, which was very revolutionary, we're talking about the early 1900s, he had a female student back then, yoga, back in the 18th century, that was males only. He secretly did some yoga, but never to teach. So he taught the first female yoga that became the first female teacher. She's actually, we would say, very influential for modern day yoga, because now it's female dominated in ways. So
You're just compensating for those
everything needs to go to ebbs and flows. So yeah, so really good to have a bit of an idea of all that as our history is our foundation.
I should know first and then
They were at the same time. Yeah. So there was, as I said, that the two of them were students of Krishnamacharya. So he was like, let's say, the godfather. And then he had his particular main students who went out and then took from him, but then made their own styles for the ones that are things. So Surya A is the first Surya Namaskar that we did. This is kind of like, I deem this essential to get to really know that as a teacher.
What was that said this before, was
Surya Namaskara A. Surya Namaskara is salute to the sun A. And then there's Surya Namaskara B, salute to the sun B. So Surya A is the first one she took us through, which is, there's no lunges, there's no warriors in that. It's just a flow of Tadasana, Uttanasana, back into plank, into Chaturanga, into upward dog, downward dog, and then back up to forward fold. So that's Surya A. So that one, I push that one for you guys to really get that one down pat. You can understand that. That's the foundation, I think, what we really as a teacher. Surya B is a bit optional, so it takes a bit more to get comfortable with Surya B, and it's not essential to teach unless you're teaching Shnana. But as I said, I commend you for giving that a go. So that was very good. And your flow there was good. I think one of the challenges that you're having is just precise cues in language to really formalize some of the cues. So that's maybe something we can address. And that's, again, that's just a thing of practice of dealing with those challenges until it just becomes second nature. And that's something that you just have to decide. There's no wrong or right with that either. It's just finding really useful, precise, and concise cues. Concise is often very important because to cue something like a shame, you actually slow it down in a sense. Sometimes it's really, it's just one. So with Surya A, when you get to here, it's literally one breath, inhale to your warrior one, exhale
Yeah, I slowed down.
to your chaturanga, inhale up dog, exhale down to dog. Same a few breaths, inhale, warrior one on the other side. So one breath, and how many cues if we fit into the one breath? Inhale, right foot down, left foot forward, come up, hip square to the front. There's a lot to convey in just not even one breath, half a breath, you know.
There's lots going on in here, but
Inhale. So this is where it's really useful to pinpoint some of the cues that are just precise, concise, and we can just, use them in the right moment. So maybe just have a quick look at something like that. And then, what else I can say? It was really good. It was maybe just considering if you're, and this is obviously because you're probably outside of what we practice, so how do you bring together a little intro, a little outro, but still make it flow. So that's just one thing to consider is when you're leading from one section to another, let's say. Just make it as fluid as you can. And again, there's no, and this is more for when we're teaching vinyasa. The key part of vinyasa is to have a fluid flow. So if you were doing just a purely hatha class, it doesn't matter. You go to Yang, so within the bracket of those two foundational people, Stabi Joyce Ashtanga was the formalization of vinyasa in a sense, foundation of vinyasa, and Iyengar is very much hatha yoga. And so in an Iyengar class, okay, get up, let's go block, let's go here, let's do, and then okay, let's start, we'll do such and such. Okay, done. Let's go to the next one. So it's very kind of just like chop and change, like there's no flow to it. It's not the intention. But and what because there's only, it's good to understand all this, we call ourselves vinyasa and hatha teacher training, but there's only so much we can teach you to teach within the scope of the time frame. So I like to, in those two, like to focus a little bit more on the vinyasa element, because also there's a little more demand for that out of the world once you become teachers, but still to have an understanding of what the difference would be when you're teaching the hatha or the vinyasa style. So with the vinyasa style, that fluidity is really important. So what I was saying there, for example, remember exactly, but there was one point we were down there, and he said, oh, then let's come down to child class. So in a happy class, we could just do that. I would say, okay, instead, if you're into Lhasa, let's say, you want to bring us to child pose, flow us then. So how might you flow us? Let's down, come up, the arms up, fold forwards, step the legs back. You know, maybe do a little vinyasa, and then down the dog, and then bring the knees down and child pose. So just always considering that particularly when we're linking between sections or sequences, and standing poses, then we're going to go down into seated poses, floor work. Think of a way to connect those with. There's no absolute way to do that, and that's the beauty of vinyasa. Modern day vinyasa is that you have a bit more creative license than if you were doing Ashtanga. Ashtanga is this is the right, very structured. This follows this, and this is after this, and that's the only way it goes. As a modern day vinyasa teacher, you have creative license to flow in whichever way it works. But yeah, exactly. It feels nice. It's just nice. So, that's kind of your homework in a sense, is when you're going to other classes, you're seeing other teachers, when you go to other classes and you have to, you're encouraged to go to at least 3 classes a week, whether you're doing TT, if not more, at least 3 a week. So when you go to other classes, you're not just don't attend the class for the sake of attending the class. Go in there with your analytical mind as well and make points. Jot down points. What did you like that that teacher did? Oh, wasn't that cool how he or she brought us from that pose into that pose? Make a note of that. So in fact, they even encourage you to bring your notebook to classes. Jot down notes. And don't be afraid of doing that. If you want to jot down notes, maybe let the teacher know beforehand that your teacher in training or lecturer suggested that you should jot down notes in class. Just let the teacher know. It's always right. They don't know that you're DT. I mean, usually they'll figure that out because they're DT. That is a great way, because ultimately that's how we become our own creative and individual way of teaching, is by what we learn from others, what we embrace, what we like, what we make our own. So let's think of a couple of things. When we were doing, when you're guiding, so for example, in Surya Namaskara B, as suggested, one of the challenging parts is going into the Warrior One. The amount of cues that you can get in that half breath. Now, we don't need to do it in half breath. You can stay there for a while like you did, and give us a few breaths to really embody the pose. And in actual fact, unless someone's doing Ashtanga regularly, you should take the time to feel into these poses that they might use. Regular Ashtangi, then you just flow with it and just one half the breath in and out. Speed or strong. And if for most people don't do it regularly, so then it's okay to slow it down and to allow people to start to learn those poses in the body. So one of the things that you're doing there is that from your downward dog, you're stepping the foot through, and what did you say? How did you say what to do?
Your back foot down.
You said put your back foot down, yeah. So
There's something nice there. Revolve your arm above your foot.
any suggestions on what sort of cues we could give to
Square hips.
Square the hips is one, yeah. But I'm talking more about the foot. She said, just put your foot down.
But when you said corrected me because I was going too far back, I couldn't very soon.
Oh, you said to bring the foot in a little more. No, these are all good observations.
45 degree angle.
Anchor your foot, something like that.
So placing, these are all good cues actually. Foot at 45-degree angle, yes. Actually, yeah. That's you turning it out at that 45-degree angle. And you're anchoring the foot down. That is a good cue actually. Anchoring the foot down implies that you've got the whole sole of the foot in the ground. What's the main difference between a high lunge and a warrior one?
Foot placement. Placement.
Yeah, what's the difference? Foot placement.
One's on a 45 degree angle, one's on the near ball of the
So this one's on the ball of the fifth foot, so
foot.
it might
Looking at foot straight.
yeah, and what's happening with my heel?
Yeah.
Heel is lifted
Lifted.
and heel is planted. Yeah. Heel planted, heel lifted. So that, for me, I reckon becomes a good cue. So if you go foot 45-degree angle planting the heel, square the hips, or the warrior one. So foot 45-degree angle, planting your heel, anchoring the foot, square the hips, warrior one. Yeah. So those cues there, I reckon are really good for quickly coming into warrior one and giving you some quick cues. So climb down your notes. Foot 45 degrees.
Oh, yes.
Planting the heel and anchoring the foot.
Problem with so then you go up and then down, then you do so much moving half a breath. You take the leg back, you go plank, your drag line is nice, and then you do the Japan, you go down, and all of that is in one half a breath.
Yeah, so good other point. Good other point to consider. So with Surya Namaskara and also at that point, let me just show you the cues and the movements traditionally. So traditionally meaning the Ashtangi way, but also mindful that it's quite dynamic and fast, so we may slow it down. But traditionally, from Tadasana, we inhale the arms to the sky. Then we exhale to bow forwards, or actually traditionally it's more the swan bow forwards. So it's inhale to reach up, exhale to swan bow forwards. We do your Tadasana. Inhale, halfway lift. And then basically your next exhale is your chaturanga. So there's a lot that happens from your halfway lift, from an inhale to an exhale in the chaturanga. What happens? So again, it's like how much information are we going to give our students? How much do they need is more the point. So if you've got students who come regularly to your classes, then maybe they don't need all the information. So you can just do what I said. So inhale, halfway lift, hands down, exhale, chaturanga. Because everyone knew that we're going to step and jump back, we're going to start from a plank and we're going to go down. But
You
that's
don't have to plank to chaturanga anyway, so
yeah.
just fly okay, so
Well, exactly.
you can't get to chaturanga without it.
Exactly. So it's not 100% necessary to bring in all of that other information. However, if they're quite new students, then you might want to break it down a bit. So in that case, you might take a couple of breaths, not try to give all that information in half a breath. So that would be nearly impossible. So in that case, you might do something like inhale, reach up, exhale, forward fold, inhale, halfway lift, Exhale, squat down, plant the feet down, and step back. Take an inhale in your plank, and exhale in your chaturanga. So there, I just added a breath.
That slows it down.
Added a breath, it slows it down and gave everyone the information required to get there without going, how did we get there? They haven't done it before. So but that's all you need really, is just that one extra breath. Don't need more than that. Some teachers often, when you're starting out, you take a few breaths to get there, because you're still trying to work it out, which is fine while you're working it out, but ultimately, add an extra breath for your beginner students, and that's all, just one breath. And in that one breath, you're inhaling to, so some people will, once you've done the halfway lift, some people, so that's an inhale, so the extra breath, some people will exhale forward again, hands down, then inhale to the plank. So that's the, I guess, preference. How would you want to do here? You're in your halfway lift on your inhale, you could just exhale, squat down, hands down, step back. So that's, I guess, just fine tune it. There's no right or wrong there. It's up to what feels good and what works for you. But you want to get back and find your plank in an inhale. Then, so you're ready to exhale your chaturanga. Remember, chaturanga is always on an exhale. So you're on a plank. If you're going to stay there, you're on an inhale. If you're doing it full way, you just exhale the whole way back to the plank, down through the chaturanga. But if you need that extra breath, make the plank your inhale, chaturanga always an exhale. So the extra breath starts, exhale. So you inhale to your halfway lift. So if you're doing it the abbreviated traditional way, you inhale to your halfway lift, then you exhale is in chaturanga. We're going to add another breath. We add the extra breath after the inhale. So inhale, exhale down, inhale, step back, plank, exhale, chaturanga. Does that make sense? So that extra breath is the optional part, which is useful for beginners, not essential for experienced students, and often easier for beginner teachers to bring in that extra breath, because it's
Time to think as well.
it's a little more dynamic, just almost the exhale, you know, all those things that are up in all that. So that's Surya Namaskara A. And just also with your Surya Namaskara A and B at the end, when you're coming back to the top of the mat, it's always good to give people the option to either step or float, jump,
Okay.
hop. People say jump hop, but really it should be a float. I like the word float because when you jump or you hop,
Yeah, heavy on the feet.
you're heavier on the feet, exactly. And really, the idea is that you're floating your way back up. You're really engaging with, for instance, they are bandhas and walk. So that's a really smooth, strong, and stable transition to come back to the top. So meaning, I'm not the best example of this in my body, but meaning if you just hop or jump, sometimes people do something like that, which is actually not great for my joints. That's create too strong impact on the joints. So instead, we want to do that as smoothly and as silently, I guess, as possible. Be better, not smooth as ideally smoother. Something like that. That's a float. Really just like that's good. Takes a bit of practice.
Where's that there?
No, from yesterday.
Like a new one, I reckon.
From yesterday.
I was talking about he was in here like doing a bunch of work.
Who was?
The Sparky.
Oh, let's see you now.
Did they change it?
Hello. So, I mean, that's another whole ball game of how do you teach that and how do you practice that. But giving people that option is always good. So when you're in your down dog and you've got to get to the top of your mat, you can walk, step, or float. That's
I like that.
set that way. I think those cues work well. Walk, step, or float to the top of your mat.
That's better than hospital.
Thank you.
Is that the sweat?
It's hopeless, but it's so hot, and I was biking for me, dear life to get out of it, but I wasn't getting it.
That's cool today, and that's cool in here. So,
It's actually
we're just giving feedback and some teaching tips. I also appreciate that you're bringing some of your Sanskrit all that.
Naturality homework really gave us. I was really want to bring this in. Naturality.
Yeah. Upward dog.
I couldn't quite sure.
Forward dog.
Yeah, that is half.
Upward is hard. Forward is a bit like upward. Forward is bum practice on us.
So I'm a bit longer Sanskrit as well. Like it's so long, the name, but yeah, and like fifth one that you make me fun to say a lot as well.
I know, up dog's a bit easier.
I just have a phobia that I'm gonna have one day an Indian student in the class and knows that I'm telling all of this wrong.
Well, actually, you'll find that most Indians don't know anything
Sanskrit is really towards a common language at all.
No.
Oh, really? They don't know?
No. Most of them, unless they've really done a lot of chanting.
I really don't need to hear tons, so this is powerful chanting.
Yeah, it's good.
More powerful than the sun, that's for sure. This room charges of that.
Did you do the lecture last week?
The 2 hours with, I'm not to the lecture.
The zero.
It's a room.
Yeah,
I went to the series that she wanted us to after.
Oh.
Another 2 hours of down there and building into room. It was like 4 hours total in there. I was flying by the end of it. I had a Mac DJ and when I watched that, people walked up to me like, do you want something? Taking something? It's time life.
I am chanting. Right. Just remember also when, if you're, just for everyone, Shavasana always nice to turn the lights
Oh, yes.
on.
Good, yeah.
obvious reasons.
Maybe feedbacks are really good because you always remember. Give you feedback because it's like, oh, I missed that, yes.
Keep going. I've got a few other things that are just coming to me now.
Yes, please.
You know, it's just you told us, and you were talking about understanding a bit more anatomy. So when we did our crane or crowbows, what's the difference between crane and crow?
It's the hip place.
One's a straight leg.
Good cheap.
Straight.
Oh, yeah.
Crow? Crow.
Good on you.
Let's go into crow, into crane.
Yeah.
It's a bit more crane than crow, that's a bit more crow. Yeah. But ideally, your knees aren't there, your knees are there.
It needs to triceps basically. Knee or back of the triceps.
So we actually want to get your knee there. So some bodies it's going to be really hard. Maybe your configuration, you've got smaller torso to longer thighs. So it might be really hard to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, ultimately that's, you want to get the knees here. So knees to the back of the triceps, not biceps.
Yes, triceps.
Triceps.
Yeah.
And so see where my knees are? There. Arms straight, crane. Arms bent.
That's a whole different thing that I look at, such as having on the arms. Yeah, but that's what you have to like on the
Takes a lot more arm strength. I used to be able to do it with a misaligned way, no problem. It's actually in a one correct as a lot harder.
Yeah.
Really better for me in the long run.
Yeah, better in the long run, and once you get it, it's actually it's easy.
Practice that at home, but
Last thing, not the last thing. Coming into chair pose.
Oh, yeah.
Different teachers, different people do it different ways. And again, there's no right or wrong. But I find, again, just for this idea of like, okay, how can we create a nice flow? So rather than, I think you said, we're into Bandhas, come into chair. You said, drop down, can't remember what we said, but we just said, I think we just said, come into chair.
And then I realized I have no cue, I don't know any cue.
Yeah. So I find a good way to do it is from Tadasana, inhale, fingers touch the ground beside the toes. So inhale, you can either say drop the arms down or just fingers touch down, touch the ground beside the toes. And exhale into your chair. Hold there for inhale. And then with your exhale, straight legs, forwards into Tadasana. So again, Tadasana. Sorry, I did that wrong. Tadasana is inhale. Exhale, squat down, touch the ground beside the toes. Inhale, arms up, Utkatasana chair. Exhale, straight legs forwards. It's just a nice, again, a nice way to make it flow. Let's just try that. So we all embody it. So standing in.
But can you have it? Because there's one teacher here that I like to work with a bit, and also just do it.
It's again, there's no right or wrong. There's different variations. Some people do it, people do it fun, some people do it together. So Tadasana. Inhale to Tadasana. Exhale, squat down, touch the ground beside your toes. Inhale, arms up, Utkatasana. Hands in prayer. Exhale, bow forward, straight legs. Halfway lift, inhale. Hands down, step back, chaturanga. Float back, chaturanga. Don't have to do chaturanga, but just so you know where we go. So come back again, let's just try that again. It's strictly embody these things. So Tadasana. Inhale. Exhale, squat down. Touch the ground beside your toes. Inhale, Utkatasana. Arms up, chair pose. Exhale, Uttanasana. Fold forward. Inhale, halfway. You can try that. Mara, can you try and guide us through that?
Yes.
Just those cues. In your own way, but just so you can get that.
Did everyone get into a mountain pose?
Inhale. On the exhale, we sit down into chair pose.
Hands down, and then hands up, eyes, and the buttocks a bit up, and then we fall forward.
So just try and bring the breath over to it as well.
So I was walking as well.
You would
Nice.
we'll try.
So standing mountain pose. Inhaling. Exhaling. Squatting back into chair pose. Hands slightly touch the ground, side of the feet. Inhaling, hands above the head, sitting back in the chair. And exhaling, hands to prayer, foot forward.
Give it a crack.
Start with mountain pose. Inhale. Drop to the ground. Heels back. Sit into the chair. Lift. Breathe. Full forward.
Well done.
First crack. Guiding something.
Yeah.
That's good. So yeah, main things I want you all to try and get the breath in as well. Yeah? Inhale, where's the inhale, where's the exhale, where's the inhale, where's the exhale, and just as the rhythm, The breath needs to always be rhythmic, like there's a metronome ticking all the time. So if we hold that ticking, then people are going to come out and do rhythm. The breath, really important to keep. Metronome going in back here.
Inhale, where's the chest?
Where's one of those?
Use it as you picture it. Sorry, there you go.
Inhale, Tadasana. Exhale, squat down, push the floor. Inhale, chair pose, rest the arm. Exhale, hand to chest, forward fold. Inhale, all the way up.
Exhale. Break from there. We drop the breath in. Just maybe a few minutes. Good. All right. 15 to 20 minute break. Then we'll get into our bonus. So now you just
I know, I'm sorry. I put this on for me to go. That's quite happy.
It's 1:27 on my watch. 1:45 back to 2. Still needs good time enough to grab your coffee, chai.
Well, unfortunately, I already have my coffee,
Matcha,
so
what do you need?
Matcha.
Oh,
Matcha.
I've noticed an interesting one, like we're doing like predicate meditations, it just seems to activate the other bundle.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh.
We're getting like 20-30 minute mark and just like stomach block just seems to just
I haven't done it for a while, so I need to readdress it. Sounds really interesting.
fire, solar plexus, makes sense.
Come a little closer. And let's see what's in our book on the Bandhas.
It's like
Go on. Yeah, we can mention it.
let's keep stuff.
Is that?
Yeah, thanks. Man. So in our manual, Amy's included some of the teachings from the Happy Yoga Pradipika and the Bandhas. I'm not going to go through that because it's definitely worth investigating if you're really wanting to inquire deeper. But it's kind of a lot to it, and it needs a bit more careful analysis to really understand how to do it. And I think it's important just to really get the juice of the Bandhas first before going into a lot of that's very cognistic as well, which is cool. Like I'm not dissing it, but it's worth investigating.
Meditations.
So,
Meditations or just
I don't know if there's anything particularly about meditation, but yeah, I mean, but that kind of vibe in a sense. Just esoteric.
was one of the cities of Chakra, more London.
Yes.
Meditation.
Oh, meditation. Yeah, absolutely. Potentially will be. So let's go to. So let's just skip all of that and go straight to this page here on the exposition of the mudras. This page here, so you're going to skip a few pages and get to that page. This page number. I don't know the actual page number or that picture. You got that picture there?
I started there.
Yeah, so keep going. It's about 3 pages along, 3-4 pages down.
Yeah.
The other one, yeah. The other one. on the right hand side, Mula Bandha. So this, well, that image, for example, shows us where Mula Bandha is. So first of all, what are the bandhas? Bandhas are blocks or seals. So they're physical contractions that we create in our body for both an energetic and a physical effect. So it needs to be engaged physically, but that physical contraction creates an effect both physically in that area that we engage, but also energetically in the area that we engage. So we use the bandhas in yoga for both reasons, to create a difference in the physical level, but probably more importantly, really, on the energetic level. So energetically, what do we mean when we're talking energetically? What are we affecting?
She's like power, like
The power, which comes from
Chakras?
so
Balance the
chakras.
chakras.
Yeah, that's a good point. So chakras are on where are they?
The spine?
They're along the spine. On what mapping of the spine? You know? Mapping.
The midline?
So
the spread. That spread thing.
it's that as well, but we've got the
You're talking
physical
about
bodies. So
They talk about shades.
yes, we're talking about the koshas here.
Yeah.
We've got our five main koshas. Koshas are the layers of our being. So you've got the physical, Annamaya kosha. You've got your energetic kosha, the Pranamaya kosha.
The Brahma kosha. The Brahma kosha.
It's the Pranamaya kosha. You've got the mental sheath, Manamaya kosha, intellectual, Vijnanamaya, and the bliss sheath, Anandamaya. So these are the koshas. Koshas are like the layers of our being that the yogis, if you haven't done this lecture, don't worry, we'll get there eventually. But see, all these lectures, it's like they all interrelate somehow. So it's not like there's not necessary in order, which is why we can run our PT in this way. You just come in whenever you can, and then you might hear something and go, what the hell is he saying? I've never heard that. Then you get there eventually. It starts to make sense after some time. Initially, it's a bit like, hold on, what's going on here? What the hell is he talking about? But always realize that whatever information you hear me or Amy say, or read in your books, if it doesn't make sense, don't worry. Put it in your too-hard basket. You carry your too-hard basket with you around, and eventually you start to take things out of there and they start to make sense.
Does that energetic level mean when you do the physical construction, that the energy flows from that area to the chakras?
Yes,
Yes,
in a manner of speaking, yes. It's affecting that area energetically. So, when we talk energetically, we're talking about the pranamaya kosha. And the pranamaya kosha is the layer of being which has all the meridians, the nadis, and the chakras. Meridians and nadis, interchangeable words. Meridians, Chinese medicine, nadi, yogic language. They're the same thing. They are all energy channels. And the energy channels that they focus more in Chinese medicine. Those of you who might come to do the yin next month, I think you guys are keen. We will learn a bit more about them, how they relate to the organs of the body, and it's more focused on healing in the sense. That's energetic imbalances due to which organs are out of balance and their pathways. The traditional yogic perspective that we are now studying here doesn't really focus so much on that. There is, of course, an aspect of that, say, Ayurveda. Ayurveda is the natural medicine path of yoga. But our main focus in yoga is, what is it?
Awake.
Awaken, liberation, kaivalya, samadhi, all these kind of different endpoints in a sense, realization. So, even though we're wanting to keep the body healthy and vital, which is through the practices we do and the food we eat, and having a bit of a sense of connection to maybe Ayurveda or some natural medicine tradition, Chinese medicine, is going to be useful. It's not our main aim. So the main aim is awakening. So the focus becomes on the nadis of Ida, Pingala, and Shushuma. Ida is the moon channel, Pingala is the sun channel, and Shushuma is the central channel of fire. So these are the channels that you see in all the great books on pranayama and yoga. You've got the central channel through the yogi and the other one spiraling through. They're spiraling through and intersecting at the chakras. Those are the main energy centers that we work on in our yoga practice to enhance energetically, to move any blockages that might be there, and to bring our full potential of power into being by vitalizing those energy channels. And so we do this through the practice of any idea?
Engaging the bandhas.
Engaging the bandhas becomes one of our tools. Yes. But the main practice really will be referred to as pranayama. And funnily enough, pranayama. So this energetic layer is called pranamaya kosha, which sounds almost like pranayama.
Is that in the front? That's still in the front, isn't it? I was reading that yesterday.
Yeah, we do other lectures on just pranayama. So pranayama is kind of one of the main practices of yoga. And it's not just breath work. We often refer to it as breath work, but breath work is let's say, the juice of it, but it also then incorporates things like mudras and the bandhas. Anything that's going to have an effect on the pranamaya kosha is pranayama. So prana is our life force, prana is the energy, chi, that moves through the energy channels. And it's always moving through there, whether we do anything about it or not, because it's the essence of our being. It's the energy. It's that which charges and moves us to do whatever we do, whether it's physically or mentally, or energetically. Everything that we do is charged by prana. So I think of a thought, I'm trying to speak to you in this moment, what's creating the energy behind my words, behind my thoughts, is prana. Prana is the energy behind it all. Thoughts don't just come from nowhere. I mean, they do in a sense, but they need a charge. Everything needs an energetic charge. So it's the same as when we look at the wiring of a house. You've got the light bulbs there. What's actually charging it? The light bulb by itself, it's the energy, it's the generator. That's the source of the energy, but it's the electricity that moves through all the cables and lights up the bulb. And we're full of all these cables as well, and our cables are the nadis, the meridians. There's all these, this building has got like a power, what do you call it, the power box, where all the cables, where we can designate where we're going to move this energy to we've got one little flick switch which will just power the bathroom, one switch will go to the lounge room. Our power box,
all our houses. And these are like our chakras. Chakras is kind of like the center where all the energy chains move out from. So it's like a power box in a sense in our system. So if you think about the analogy still of a house, now if you've ever been, you know, we're pretty good in Australia, generally speaking, of standards with our building and electrical works and things like that. But if you go to Asia, speak time in Papua New Guinea, you would know that some of the cabling and sort of the way in which they wire things is pretty dodgy. Yeah? I mean, I used to have a bar in Thailand and we just, oh yeah, lights gone, I'll just go down to the local, you know, go and get my cabling. Well, that one's a bit cheaper. It's a thinner one, but I'll probably do it. Sort of wire it myself and connect to flickers on, flickers off. You know, dodgy cabling means dodgy results, and that's what's going on in our bodies. For many of us, our cabling is a bit dodgy because we don't do the work to keep it, to maintain it. And pranayama is kind of like maintaining this cabling so that the signals are clear, the electricity running through us is in full swing. So the bandhas becomes one of these tools that we can use to enhance this part, this life force within us. So you've got mula bandha. Well, we've got quite a few different bandhas actually, but we've got three that pertain to the maha bandha. So maha bandha is the great. Maha means great. So maha bandha is the great lock. This is the bandha, the three, it's also called the bandha triad, three bandhas, three main bandhas that we use to engage as the pranayama practice in itself to enhance the prana, to boost it, to really give it full power charge. And so these three bandhas are Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, and Jalandhara Bandha. So if we see, if we're looking here, we go to the first one, Mula Bandha root lock, and then next page, Uddiyana Bandha, the upward flying, the lift. See there. And then the following page, number 3, is Jalandhara Bandha, the throat lock. And if we go further down, underneath Jalandhara Bandha, we've got Pada Bandha and Hasta Bandha. Bandha of the foot and Bandha of the hands. Now, so the thing is, bandhas there can be bandhas in various parts of the body, various sort of configurations of muscular contraction is where a bandha happens. But for the sake of what we're interested in, those three main lots, Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, and Jalandhara Bandha, are the most important ones energetically speaking, but they also have an effect on us physically. And then the Pada Bandha, the foot lock, and the Hasta Bandha, the hand lock, are really just purely there to enhance our asana practice. So they're locks that help with our asana. Any questions so far?
So it was Mula Bandha, Jalandhara, Pada Bandha, and the third one?
Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, Jalandhara.
I'm always so curious about how you accurate them. Especially when the Mula Bandha is in an area which I never thought about activating.
Yeah.
Like in the middle of those parts.
Well, exactly. So it's it's going to tell us here right here in this little thing here. But if you see the picture there of Mula Bandha, it shows the specific point in your body where the contraction needs to happen. And as you can see, because generally speaking, a male and a female's body is different in that area, it's actually in different areas of the body. So for a male, it's in that spot that we call the perineum, which is between the anus and the genitals. And for a female, it's kind of in the same area, but up a little bit in towards the cervix. So the main difference is in males is further down towards the outside. For a woman, it's further on the inside. Which kind of makes sense when you consider the male and the female genital organs. Yeah? Male's genital organs hang out, and the female's genital organs go in. So it's just fine-tuning, well, you know, where are we in relation to that? So I can't tell you from experience how it feels to engage Mula Bandha as a female. I can tell you as a male how it feels. But from my understanding is that one of the things that we share in common are these muscles called the pelvic floor muscles. The pelvic floor muscles are kind of like those muscles that sit between the genitals and the pelvis. And women are very much encouraged to work on those pelvic floor muscles for childbirth. Whereas for men, we're not really generally encouraged much to do that. So, unless you get a bit more tantric. So, the idea is contracting those muscles of the pelvic floor. Now, it's kind of like what you contract when you're going to the toilet and midstream, having a pee, yeah, and midstream you want to stop the pee. What do you contract? How do you contract? That's kind of what you're doing, but then taking it a little away from the genitals. So it's not so much about also, but taking away all from the genitals and just coming into that spot, more of those pelvic floor muscles, yeah. So that spot between the anus and the genitals. Contract towards the pelvis. Does that kind of make sense?
That's what would work for me.
So, works for you?
Oh, no. Well, I was trying to lie down and look up.
You lie down and the top is in that order to see. Is that how I got?
Good. You're seeing it now. Half conscious, half here.
So the best way is just to sit up and don't move too much. So there's also this whole thing called the prana vayus, which the vayus are the way in which there's 5 main vayus, the way in which which is the direction in which the prana moves, which is there's 5 main ones. I don't want to go into detail on that now, but to know 2 of the main ones is prana and apana. Prana is the movement of energy coming into the body, so
generally speaking, we gain our energy and prana from our breath. We inhale, prana, this life force is drawn into our body. And when we exhale, we release it, letting it go. So, apana, prana is the inner drawing in of prana, and apana is the letting go of the releasing of prana, movement of prana out of our body. And so it also relates then to the energy of what do we release in our body, which is basically all the stuff down there. Yeah? So you go to the toilet. When you excrete shit and piss, when you ejaculate, all these things are leaving the body, whether it's essence or just waste products, leaving your body, and that's the movement of prana is the releasing energy. Now, this is just something that is natural in everyone's body. Yeah? We draw energy in and we let it go. We let it go with an exhale, with the breath. And we draw energy in also with the food and water we drink. Yeah? We eat food, we drink water, and that gives us energy. We take energy from that part of it. When we need to release it, we go to the toilet. We let out the waste product. Apana is the energy of moving it out of the body. Now, this is just the natural cycle of what goes in and out of our body. So prana draws in and apana moves out. However, there is an opportunity with the Mula Bandha to, just for a moment, pause. So this apana is actually, it's the outward moving energy flow. That's always happening. Yeah? It's always happening. But if we, and it needs to happen so we can get rid of the stuff we don't need. However, if we can just put a little trapdoor on that outflowing energy, just for a few moments, what's happening is then that energy that normally was flowing out moves back in. This is now just from an energetic level, so it's not thinking of the physical stuff, we're not bringing our shit back in or whatever. We're just energetically pausing the outward flow of prana. And so it's kind of like, so if there's this, you think of this, look at my hands, you think of this outward flow, which is generally in this direction out of the body. Suddenly there's this pause of this outward flow. What happens? It moves back, it bounces back in. Energetically, it's drawn back in. So for that moment in time that you stop the outward flow, we don't have to stop it forever, otherwise that wouldn't be great to always try and stop. But just for momentarily stopping it, what that's doing is it's like this prana, it's got a charge, it's got an energetic charge. That charge is drawn back in, so what happens is that then that's drawn back into here, solar plexus. Solar plexus is kind of like one of the main power balls, power banks of our system. It's where we hold a lot of our charge. And so it's bringing it back in there to boost it. So energetically, it increases the power in this solar plexus. So suddenly, we've just got a little, and it's subtle stuff we're talking about. It's not like something we just explode. It's just a subtle boosting of your energy. So when you engage in Bandha, bringing the other bandhas and the whole technique of pranayama, you're boosting your energy. Now, I know from my experience, bandha, working that in the morning, I do it every morning, it's part of my pranayama practice. After my bandhas, I sit and I feel just this little extra charge in my system. I just feel more alive, more vital, because that's what's happening. Mula Bandha is stopping the apanic outflow for a moment. The Uddiyana Bandha is drawing it into the solar plexus, and the Jalana Bandha is bringing it back down from above into the solar plexus as well. So Mula Bandha from below, Jalanaya from above, Uddiyana from the center, drawing up. Uddiyana Bandha is that drawing in and up. Lifting up.
I thought the energy gotta go from the root chakra to the crown. That's the direction we send it. So we actually gonna hold it.
Yeah, we're holding it here for this particular exercise. Yeah, I mean, this is the path of Kundalini, is to move it up from the base to the crown. But in the meantime, these are techniques which actually boost the energy overall, really, but a big focus here, because that becomes like our powerhouse, storehouse of energy. So let's read what it says here. Mula Bandha, the root lock. Concentrate on the Muladhara chakra. Man should contract the area between the anus and the testes, and women should contract the muscles of the bottom of the pelvic floor behind the cervix. For beginners, it may be difficult initially. Inhale deeply and hold the breath, and firmly contract the anal muscles by gently lifting the pelvic floor muscles, as one tries to stop the flow of urine and the bowel movement at the same time. Do not contract buttock muscles. With proper practice, one will be able to contract proper muscles and leave the rest aside. This contraction allows energy to flow up, not down and out. Hold the muscular contraction as per capacity. Gradually, held throughout entire yoga practice with a long exhalation. Release relaxed pelvic muscles in the silent position. Sit in meditation pose, Sukhasana Padmasana with hands on the knees. Mula Bandha can also be performed after exhalation on empty lungs and in sitting, standing, or in yoga posture. So the benefits: Mula Bandha gives strength and increases stability of pelvic muscles and spine. Mula Bandha stimulates the pelvic nerves and helps to tone the urogenital, the excretory systems, the endocrine system, and intestinal peristalsis. Mula Bandha helps to relieve from constipation, hemorrhoids, asthma, bronchitis, and arthritis. Mula Bandha improves your appetite and your circulation. It also helps to calm, relax the mind and relieve from frustration and depression. It activates and purifies the Muladhara chakra, helping to awake Kundalini Shakti. It increases the muscular control of the pelvis, and thus helps with the problem of premature ejaculation. It helps to give more pleasure during sexual activity. If Mula Bandha is performed during pregnancy, it helps to prepare the muscles for easier delivery. Uses of yoga postures with Mula Bandha help to gain greater stability and balance to the pelvis. So there's a lot of benefits there, isn't there? Quite a few claims as well. That I can tell you from my experience that most of those claims are quite little. Not sure about the asthma and the bronchitis and arthritis, but I suppose just the fact that it's related to deep breath work is going to also help to enhance the lung capacity, which can help those conditions as well. So, yeah, I think probably everything there that it talks about is spot on. So Mula Bandha, so in a sense, we'll go through all these bandhas first, and then we'll have a good crack at those. Mula Bandha is the block, so it's that pelvic floor contraction. And it's initially, if something that you haven't practiced regularly, it's not easy just to engage that long hold. It's a muscular contraction after all, and muscles they take practice to build sensitivity to. So it's something that needs to be practiced. So initially, when you're trying to engage in your bandha, it might be tricky just to hold it without letting it go. So try now. Maybe sit up, and so hopefully you've understood where it is more or less in your body. So sometimes initially you would say, contract everything, contract your anus, contract your genitals, contract the whole area. Then let go of the contraction of the anus and move more towards that pelvic floor, wherever the other area. And you might find that it's a bit tricky to hold. Maybe not, maybe you're holding it quite nicely. I don't know, I can't tell, I can't see. I can't give you feedback when you're holding your Mula Bandha. But what can be a good exercise is to release and contract. Release and contract. Release and contract. And it makes you want to go to the toilet. But when you release and you contract, release, contract, then you can really feel the difference of when it's being rolled and it's being relaxed. Release, contract, release, contract. Kind of like these key movements. How are you going with that? How does that? Can you connect to that? Are you able to get an idea of feeling that?
I think so. It's hard to know if it's the right place that it's correct.
Yeah.
And then if it feels very subtle, but that's maybe because it's not very activated. So that's very
Yeah, well, look,
It's also very subtle at the same time.
ultimately, yeah, it's the subtler the better, actually.
because if I think about that area, I feel like an energy coming from it.
There you go.
No, it is subtle, but I feel like I'm squeezing everything like from here up to here. Like I cannot just go to that point.
Well, ultimately, when we do Mahapatha, when we engage the wall, then you are engaging the whole thing.
Like I can feel my stomach here as well.
See, the other thing to understand also is that those muscles that you guys are contracting, it all relates to the inner core muscles of the body.
Yeah.
Which is why then we also suggest that using Mula Bandha in your yoga asana, yoga postures, is also really useful because it's actually helping to tap into your inner core, which then makes you stronger, more stable, and safer in your asana. So that's where often you might hear, you might suggest once you become a teacher that when you're telling people when they're in their asana, engage all Mula Bandha while you're in the asana. If it's a particular dynamic asana, so something like we know warrior one today, it's Mula Bandha engage,
Oh yeah.
and that would be a great way just to tap into our inner core. So that's a good observation. Okay, so Uddiyana Bandha, the upward flying lift. Uddiyana Bandha can be performed standing or sitting position also. Perform Uddiyana Bandha in sitting position, sit on the floor in meditation pose. Place both palms on the knees, raise the shoulders and bend the torso slightly forward. Or in standing position, stand on the floor with legs apart from each other, bend forward and place both palms on the knees, bend the knees slightly. Concentrating on the Manipura chakra, which is the solar plexus, Take a deep breath, exhale, and holding the breath out, lifting the diaphragm, pull the belly in and up, under the rib cage. Pulling the abdominal muscles in and up and into the abdominal cavity. Hold the position for as long as it's comfortable. Deep breath, relax the abdominal muscles and come into the starting position. Repeat the procedure as capacity. Now, that's just the instructions of the Bandha. We'll go through it again in a moment when we practice, but just want to get through the points here first. The benefits of Uddiyana Bandha is that it stimulates your digestion, your intestinal activity, and increases your metabolism. Helps to relieve constipation and indigestion. It helps to relieve from stress and lethargy. It stimulates your adrenal system and your other abdominal organs. As it stimulates the pancreas, it helps to balance your insulin secretion, thus helpful in diabetes. It helps to strengthen the immune system. It helps to activate your Manipura chakra. It helps to tone the abdominal muscles and decrease belly fat. So, one of the things with Uddiyana Bandha is to realise is so as you read the instructions there, you're performing Uddiyana Bandha. Uddiyana Bandha to be performed in full effect is with the Maha Bandha. So Maha Bandha is when we use all three bandhas at once in a pranayama exercise. This is the Maha Bandha, the great one. And it's activating the Mula Bandha, the Jalandhara Bandha, the Uddiyana Bandha all at once. Now the Uddiyana Bandha is best, most effective after an exhale. So on an external retention, Bahir Kumbhaka, retentions of breath are called Kumbhakas. Inner retention is Anta. External retention, so breath out, holding without breath, Bahir Kumbhaka, external retention of breath. Bahir Kumbhaka is where you've emptied the lungs completely. You exhale, you empty the lungs. So once the exhale is fully out, fully empty, then you start to engage your Uddiyana Bandha.
You don't do anything until the breath.
Until it's all out. Because what's happening, once you release all the air out of the lungs, that creates more space in the abdominal cavity to be able to pull it out. If you have the breath in, you have a deep inhale, you expand the chest, you expand the lungs, and you're expanding here too. And you don't have as much space to draw in. So just try it yourself. Try
Easier on empty stomach as well.
Yeah, as well. Shouldn't really be for the rest after lunch, but slowly. So if you try inhaling, hold the breath in and try to suck the belly in. It doesn't go very far, there's a resistance there. Now, take an inhale and then an exhale. And then an exhale. And empty the lungs out, and without breath, feel the belly. You feel the difference there. Once you exhale, belly can go in there. So just pure physics. You empty the lungs. Out of breath. It creates more space in the cavity to draw in. So the action is in and up. So you're drawing the belly in towards the spine, up and under the rib cage. In and up. This is like you're tucking everything in and up and under the rib cage. Now what that action does is it stimulates all the abdominal organs. Yeah? So you're giving them a really good massage. So that's why all the benefits of abdominal stuff. Because helping relief, constipation, indigestion, because it's working your digestive system. It's moving out. But also, very importantly, is it's helping to stimulate your pancreas, which produces insulin, which relates to. We talked about this when we talked about the chakras. In every chakra has a relationship to the endocrine gland. And the Manipura, the solar plexus, relates to the endocrine gland of the pancreas, which produces insulin. Insulin is the hormone that helps us regulate our blood sugar levels. So it's the hormone that activates the ability to be self-sufficient in our energy, which is also, funnily enough, solar plexus energy is all about being self-reliant in your energy. Self-confidence, standing your ground, courage, those qualities, solar plexus. Strong in your individuals. Ego. So that's Uddiyana Bandha, and then Jalandhara Bandha, next one. Jalandhara Bandha, the throat lock. Bandhas are energetic locks that contain the prana and the torso, concentrated in the three main energy channels, nadis of the body. Etymologically, Jalandhara Bandha breaks down to Jal, Sanskrit for throat, Jalan for net, and Dharan for the stream or flow. So Jalandhara is the lock or hole that controls the flow of energy in the neck, throat, and chin. The Bandha corresponding chakra here is Vishuddhi, the throat chakra, the fifth chakra, or throat. Deals with openness and communication. How willing or able are you to speak your mind and practice right intention through speech and listening? So here, we sit tall in a comfortable pose. Use your breath to fill and lift your sternum. On your exhale, draw your front ribs towards your spine. Breathing deeply to lift the crown of the head and hold, and the roof of the mouth. You retain the breath as you lower your chin to your sternum and lift your sternum to your chin. Hollow the front of the throat by lengthening the back of your neck and releasing your shoulders. Think of heart openers like bridge or wheel to find a complementary lift of the sternum. If the chin and chest don't meet, don't force it. Release the retention with a long, slow exhale. Empty, float the chin off the way to the chest. The benefits, it helps to stimulate and regulate the function of the thyroid and the parathyroid glands. It helps to improve metabolism. It helps to increase the ability to retain the breath for a long period. It is helpful in throat diseases. It helps to relieve from stress and lethargy. It helps to activate the Vishuddhi chakra. That throat area, so we do all that. So those are the three bandhas, the three locks, Uddiyana, Jalandhara, and Mula Bandha. As a package, we call them Mahapandha, the great name. Sometimes called Bandha Traya. Mayam means the three locks. So now we practice this Mahapandha. As Dom suggested, really, it's not a great time to do it with the lunch. The best time, because you're really working on stimulating the digestive organs, ideally they're empty. Here now and practice it out. But the best time is first thing in the morning. And it's also great to stimulate the digestive system first thing in the morning before you bring the food into it. So it's kind of like giving it a little exercise, a little stimulation before it receives food. So then once you start to eat, have your first meal, it's already been stimulated, it's already activated in a sense, so you're able to digest your food more efficiently. So this is the technique. Just watching me first. From a seated position, so we can do it seated, we can do it standing, we can do it kneeling. Seated is really easier in a sense. In a seated position, what I do is I inhale deeply through my nose. I exhale fully through my mouth. Now this is one of the few times that I say, yes, use your mouth in the breathing, because the idea is to really get all the breath out. So it's a strong, conceited effort on the exhale. So in through my nose, all the breath out through my mouth. Now, with that, there's a slight lean, a slight tilt forwards of the torso, which just helps to potentiate the release of the breath. Once all the breath is out, then I lock my arms, and as well, this is one of the few times where I say punching the shoulders and go in. Because you're really then just using the arms to kind of lock the body in a sense that you're locking it, so the arms want to be straight. And you exhale all the breath out. Now I engage my Mula Bandha. I draw the belly in and up in my Uddiyana Bandha, breath is out. And then I bring the throat, the chin in towards the chest, as I lift the sternum towards the chin. So I'm squeezing my throat. So these 1, 2, 3 locks are engaged. I'm holding the whole time without breath till I need to breathe again. So when I breathe again, I keep the locks engaged to begin. And then once the breath is in, then I gently release the locks. So rather than the tendency could be to, hold with that breath as long as you can. The tendency would be, you're holding for a long time without breath. The tendency might be to breathe in and release the locks at the same time. But energetically, that just, it's not great for the energy. It just kind of moves it in an uncontrolled way. It's kind of like your air mattress, yeah? These locks are kind of like the taps on the air mattress. So you engage them, you hold the air in, you're holding it out clearly, but just an analogy there. And then you loosen the taps. If you take the tap off straight away, all the air just comes out like that, yeah? So just loosen it slowly so the air comes back out slowly. It's that subtle engagement with the locks, just suddenly moves the energy. So that it's controlled. Pranayama means prana is life force, ayama is control of life forces, being able to manage, to boost, to enhance, but in a controlled manner. So I'll show you the full thing, how it looks in my body. Just first of all, just deepen your breath, so it's slow, double breaths. And when you're ready, a deep inhale through your nose. All the breath out of the mouth, squeezing the air out of the lungs. And then with that breath, Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, and Jala Bandha. Hold it. Straight. Breathe again, allow the breath back in through the nose. Relax, relax. Good.
I'm gonna hold it long.
That's the only hold as long as you can.
I felt when I did kind of all of them, like all of them, but I felt like this area could go further on, like when you look by side, because when I did it like this, I felt like it could move further on. But I think like we practice because I got a bit like stressed like my mind about like which part to connect as well. I was like, oh, how is it? And then it's and then I'm like, oh, but this area is already contracted. So I could kind of forget about this area, which was nice.
So this is often the question. It's a good point. Often the question is, which one do you do first? Will we smell? Ultimately, it's all but it's all one thing. Engaging all at once. But sometimes if you're needing to explore it, then I would go from bottom up. So first, because you want to maybe just make sure am I engaged, am I doing this, am I doing that, rather than getting scattered back and forth, am I here, am I doing there, just go from bottom up. So engage it all, and then just check in, all the buttons are engaged, yeah? Do you have a button? Oh, yeah, a little more. Jump on the button, oh, yeah, I'll choose you from there. Then you've got all three there locked in. How do you go up?
But it's the same as you just said, I was trying to make that connection, and when you do it, I was trying to do it again. So, and I could feel my stomach draw in like that.
Yeah, good. Let's try it again. Let's do another go. So, yeah, work from the bottom up. So basically, as you exhale without breath, immediately just try to engage all three, but then analyze it from the base up. So engage all three, but then just check Mula Bandha, oh yeah. Check Uddiyana Bandha, oh yeah. Check Mula Bandha, oh yeah. It's not any of them that need to be forced. It seems forceful, in the way it is, it's a strong contraction. But at the same time, you don't want it to be so strong that it's
So how do you, this is such a muscular area as well, and you want to check that one, but you want or just a muscular as well. And the balance is like, yeah, maybe this area is small, like I feel like very much.
yeah, and that's where maybe some lunge can be to exercise the muscles, whichever area. So again, let's take a deep breath in when you're ready. Then all the breath out. Without breath, rather than all too lost. Check the water.
Yeah.
Last. Look for it coming through here.
Yeah.
And suck it up in there.
I feel like I'm not, like when I do all of it, I feel like I'm contracting, like I'm twisting this.
Very good one.
That's way, I think I'm doing it wrong. I think I'm just pushing everything too much, like I shouldn't do these things. It's bad.
And maybe,
It's probably maybe it's gentle.
did you have something to eat?
No,
So you've got a feeling just like,
yeah, but I drank lots of water.
this shouldn't be too.
It's not too tense. It's just a hold. It's not squeezing.
Yeah, I mean, it's somewhere between the two.
Oh.
Between a hold and a squeeze. The other thing just to be mindful of is if you're as a woman on your moon day, if you're in the period, then that's also just going just mindful of that. Then maybe less intense. Let's do it less intense, and you just build that.
Yeah.
Just build on it.
It feels a lot better when I do it less intense. So I do it less, I feel like.
Yeah, we'll do less intense. So then there's all sorts of variations as well. Well, there's some variations, but one of the really ones is Bandhas. So now is when you kind of churn the belly.
I've seen it on some of these guys that gets concaved and the muscle, you can see the muscles moving around.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I do it a bit, but I'm not going to do it now on a full stomach. Show you quickly what I mean by that. I'm just randomly looking at someone's YouTube here, so I don't know if it's. There we go. This is what I'm talking about. This out. Okay.
What? Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Oh my god.
This is full kind of control of everything.
That is crazy. Goals. Goals.
There we go.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
Must be every single breath of air out of the lungs to do it.
So it's like a churning, yeah? It's a real churning action. I'll show my way, but it's So those bandhas can be practiced or should be practiced ideally as part of a morning pranayama practice. That's best time, the first thing in the morning.
Just a couple of times? Or?
Yeah, 3 times.
3 times.
Generally 3 times is kind of like the usual amount. So, yeah, first thing in the morning. I highly encourage that you come on board. I do a pranayama immersion once every few months online. Yeah. And I just finished my last one, so I'll do it again probably in April, I think. My plan. So come on board, just online, 2 hours, just 2 half an hour snippets a week. But I teach you a full practice of pranayama, so incorporating just bandhas and some of the other techniques as well. But then, yeah, just realizing that these bandhas are also great to enhance our asana practice, mainly because they tap us into our inner core, particularly Mula Bandha, but also Uddiyana Bandha, Jalandhara Bandha not so much. I mean, in certain asanas, as such, but mostly Mula Bandha and Uddiyana Bandha to get into your inner core, gives you more stability. Then the other two bandhas that we bring in are the Pada and the Hasta Bandha. So Pada Bandha is a yoga technique, just reading back here now, in which the soles of the feet are placed on the ground so the weight is evenly distributed in the triangle formed by the big toe, little toe, and ankle. This bandha connects the yogi's body with the earth through the feet. The term comes from the Sanskrit pada, meaning foot, and bandha, meaning lock, tighten or harness. Bandhas, so it shows their foot. So you root down at these 3 points, so the 3 points being behind the ball of the foot behind the big toe, behind the little toe, and then here. And that forms a triangle here, across the top. Those are so just watching my foot here, so these balls, 1, 2, 3, they form a triangle, and they're the points that we press into the earth. So there are earthing, connecting points, grounding points. And then it says here, energy flows up through the arch. So when we connect to the earth, we're creating an energetic exchange with the earth. In one sense, we're grounding. Through the grounding, we're pouring our own energy into the earth. The more you pour energy into the earth by grounding deeper, the more you ground, connect to the earth. But then at the same time, the energetic exchange is that then the earth gives her out, gives us her energy. So earth energies that move back into us. So for you to receive that energy, there needs to be this give and this receive happening. So the giving is connecting through those 3 points, also into those 3 points. But the receiving is actually to lift up the inner arch. So the inner arch is where we draw the energy back up into our own body. Now this action actually becomes a really important part of your standing asanas. Because with that really in place, that giving and that receiving, your asana becomes so much better, so much more grounded and stable and connected through that subtle but very important action, the Pada Bandha. Pada Bandha, Pada is foot in Sanskrit, and Bandha is Bandha. And then Hasta Bandha is a similar thing, the Bandha of the hand. It's a yoga technique in which the hands are placed on the ground with the fingers spread and the palms lifted off the mat in a cupping or tented manner. The term comes from the Sanskrit Hasta, meaning hand. Bandha translated as lock. Bandhas are tightened. Bandhas are also known as locks because they lock the prana or life force energy. in the body and directed where needed through the nadis. As the prana flows through the body, it energizes and balances the internal systems and organs. So the bandha of the hand is very similar in a sense to the bandha of the foot, in that you're grounding through the points that connect to the earth. So it's the back of the knuckles here. It's this area here. But it's also the heel of the hand here and here. And the inner part is like the arch of the foot. That's what's lifting. That's what's drawing the energy back in through the inner part. So it's a sense of, so if you're just kind of willy-nilly just placing your hand down on the ground, just flat with me, place your hand flat on the ground, don't think about any bandhas, flat on the ground, and then actually bring some weight into the hands, into the wrists. So just lean forward like that. Ouch. Yeah, ouch. Not great for the wrists, is it? Now, come back. Now, think about that energetic exchange. So now, rather than just really, just really grip the ground. Lift up the inner part of the hand, leaning forward now. That's the difference. Not that, isn't it?
Grabbing the floor.
I always thought that you had to go like this. I've got this thing called to extract they call it Viking claw. I can't get like that, but I can do that. And it gets worse as you get older.
Well, this would be really good practice.
Yeah. I sort of worked that out myself because I thought you had to go like this, but I have to do it like that. So this is really good.
Yeah, right. Yeah, good. That's good to see.
It's really bizarre. It's a Northern European thing. Most people from other cultures don't get it. They call it Viking's claw or Dupuytren's contracture. It's caused by.
What happened? So this one goes further in.
Yeah, they don't know what causes it, but there's some thing about alcohol and when I was younger.
Yeah.
A lot. They think that's what it is, but I'm not sure. It's got nothing to do with Vikings, because I thought I was descended from the Vikings, but apparently not.
Sounded much nicer, didn't it? Yeah. So standing up now for your Pada Bandha. So a great way to sort of explore your Pada Bandha is in Tadasana. That's kind of like one of the best places, Pada Bandha in Tadasana, because you're just standing. So first of all, if you just kind of relax the soles of the feet, yeah? Just let it all just flop down. And consider when you're flopping down that you're just letting the arch go down to the floor, yeah? You're just standing there. But then, engaging your Pada Bandha, so pressing into those balls, into the heel, and lifting the inner arch. See my foot there? And so not only does that change the shape of my foot, but what also is happening then, it's engaging all the muscles in my legs as well. As soon as you kind of start to press those balls of the feet down, lift the inner arches, the quads get really strong, you're lifting the kneecaps, and so suddenly you're feeling really, boom, grounded, strong and stable. Can you get that? You feel it?
Definitely.
Yeah? When you relax, you release, you kind of a bit more kind of wonky. As soon as you boom, ground, lift the inner arches, bang, you're stable. And so then we bring him into our asana as well. So very typical one, warrior two. Yeah? Typical one, warrior two, where you come into warrior two, people generally don't often engage in Pada Bandha, they say no. And so that inner arch often collapses because you're moving that way in a sense, and so that inner arch is almost like coming down. The outer edge of the foot is lifting up. So to combat that, you've actually got to really work on pressing those points back in and lifting the inner arch. And what you find is that really engages the inner thighs of the legs all the way up into the hip. So it makes the whole leg, which is your ankle in this pose, more stable. So just try that. Try that. Letting it go, letting the inner arch collapse in the pose, and then lifting the inner arch and feeling the difference of the stability in your pose. With or without that inner arch. So this is a bandha that I'm constantly reminding students about Hatha Bandha in their standing poses. And just one of the simple ways is just to say lift the inner arch. It's just the fact of trying to lift the inner arch, you actively engage all the other areas anyway, just by working on that action, lifting the inner arch.
I'm really focusing on like more Bandha and like warrior two there almost does the Bandha as well.
Yeah.
One draws the other in.
Yeah, good point. So even while you're in this now, think about your Mula Bandha as well.
Right. You use one, the other one you use.
Yeah, doesn't it? Kind of, they lock in together.
I find that just focusing on Hatha Bandha, I find that really hard. The second I engage more Bandha, it just pops in place.
Yeah.
Yeah, just moving everything up.
Yeah, good point. So if you think about, what's happening particularly with our asana is, gravity is moving us down. Gravity is pulling us down into the earth, which is good because otherwise we'd be floating in the sky. So gravity is pulling us down, but if we totally succumb to gravity, we just end up lying down on the ground. So even just the fact that we're standing, we're kind of slightly working against gravity. And the idea is to really get that full embodiment of a good standing posture is that you've got to really work against gravity by lifting everything back up, like we just said, Mark. It's like actually lifting everything up. It's real sense of drawing energy upwards, which then goes hand in hand with energetically is what we're trying to do also is to move the Kundalini energy up the spine. So it's all about that movement of energy upwards. A balance of the two. I mean, gravity's still happening and energy's still going down, and there's still the idea that we're still grounding through the balls of those feet. So that's still happening too, but that just happens naturally anyway because of gravity. So our real sort of work is to actually counteract gravity in a sense and lift the energy back up, and then that brings us into our power. Any questions about any of that?
What you said about thought, that the energy actually creates thoughts, that was insane for me. Like I always thought that we create thoughts, it's just our energy that is going to create. So this is always like, what?
Yeah, I mean, it's look, the actual source of the creativity of the thought is maybe a different story in a sense, but it's the idea is that prana is the energy behind everything that we do. So even a thought needs an energetic component to be thought. And so it's the prana that is the energy component. Now there could be some other factors into it, like maybe in a sense you could say maybe the inspiration for the thought has come from your own experiences and your own history, your own karma, maybe, in the sense of or what's previous lifetimes or anything like that. But the actual energy behind allowing it to manifest is from the prana. So the prana is manifesting all our actions. It's everything that's in action. And a thought is an action. It's a bit abstract, but it's still something that's action, isn't it? So we can see it more clearly with the body and how we move the body. This movement here is the prana moving in this direction, so that's called to the different vayus. I can't remember off the top of my head which one that is. That's maybe Samaya, I think. I think it's Samaya. Udana is Udana, Viyana, Samayana, Apana, and Prana. Those are the 5 vayus. They all relate. Be good to look at this. Okay, gather you round.
Unless you say, yeah, you're saying something.
So this is the pranavayus. So the pranavayus are Udana is the way in which the energy moves through the head and the limbs. Yeah. Prana is, it's a little confusing sometimes because prana is all of it, but it's also within the context of the values. It's also the specific movement of energy in the lungs, along in the heart area, which makes sense in the sense that the lungs are what we draw the breath in. So prana is the energy of drawing the breath in. Samana is the energy of the digestive area. Apana is the energy of excretion, what we don't need, what we will go. And then Viyana is what pervades the whole body. So let's look at that. Prana, in this context, does not refer to the cosmic prana, but rather just one flow of energy governing the thoracic area between the larynx and the diaphragm. It's associated with the heart and organs of respiration, together with the muscles and nerves that activate them. It's the force by which the breath is drawn inside. It's the force that draws the breath in. Apana governs the abdomen below the navel region and provides energy for the large intestine, kidneys, anus, and genitals. It is concerned with the expulsion of waste from the body. It's the force which expels also the breath. Samana is located between the heart and the navel. It activates and controls the digestive system, the liver, the intestines, the pancreas, and stomach. the secretion. Samana is responsible for transformation. In physics, this relates to assimilation and distribution of nutrients. On an evolutionary level, it relates to kundalini and expansion of consciousness. Udana governs the neck and head, activating all the sensory receptors such as the eyes, tongue, nose, and ears. Udana also harmonizes and activates the limbs and all their associated muscles, fragments, nerves, and joints. It's responsible for the erect posture of the body, sensory awareness, and the ability to respond to the outside world. So that's interesting. Udana. So it's the energy from where we use our senses, the energy of looking out and seeing something, that energy will draw back into us. Dhyana pervades the whole body, regulating and controlling all movement and coordinating the other pranas. Acts as the reserve for the other pranas. So it's the underlying force of energy. And then there's not just the 5 major pranas, there are 5 minor pranas, known as the upapranas. Naga, Uma, Pikara, Devata, and Ranjasa. Naga is responsible for belching and hiccups. So the prana that lives here, hiccups, burps. Kurma opens the eyes and stimulates blinking. Kritbara generates hunger, thirst, sneezing, and coughing. Devadatta induces sleep and yawning. And Dhananjaya lingers after death, and upon its departure, decay and decomposition of the body begins to happen. It's the energy that decays our body, so it's hanging around waiting for us to die to do its thing. Yeah, so that's an interesting little chapter there, because then this is the asana pranayama. So it's on the section on pranayama. Yeah, section on pranayama. Gives us introduction into what it is. 4 aspects of pranayama being the inhalation, the exhalation, internal and external retentions. That's what I was talking about before. Anta kumbhaka, bahi kumbhaka. And then it talks about the sheaths quickly here. According to yoga philosophy, the human framework is comprised of 5 bodies or sheaths, which account for the different aspects or dimensions of human existence. These 5 sheaths are the Annamaya Kosha, the food body, Manomaya, the mental body, Pranamaya, the bioplasmic or vital energy body, Vijnanamaya Kosha, the psychic or higher mental body, and Anandamaya Kosha, the transcendental or bliss body. Now, although these 5 sheaths function together to form an integral whole, practice of pranayama work mainly with Pranamaya Kosha. Pranamaya Kosha is made up of 5 major pranas, which are collectively known as the pancha, the 5 pranas. The pancha prana, also prana bhai, just the same as the elsewhere. So these pancha prana, pancha means 5.
It's built into our function.
Yeah,
It's right. Yeah. I've been in Rishikesh and I've got there.
So yeah, the 5 ways in which prana works didn't answer us about the thoughts though, did it?
No, but it makes sense. So I always thought like positive thoughts can create good energy, but it's also the other way around. It's true as well. With good energy, you can have positive thoughts. It's 2-way street.
I'll leave it at that today too. As always, it's a homework. I think this homework is for you to record yourself doing a little video of instructing the Bandhas. So,
Right, that's the big rock. That's the
Bandha. So in that video, let's call it a 5-minute video, something around about that. In that video, I want you to the first few minutes is just a quick overview of the 3 bandhas, what they are, where they are, what they do, and then a quick run through the actual technique. So it might be 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
So it's overview of the bundles and then break down.
And then structure. Have a beautiful rest of your weekend, everyone.
You too, and good luck not getting gastro.
Thank you.